The Inter-Korean Summit will take place tomorrow on Friday. The summit schedule has finally been released.
Moon Jae-in and Chairman of the State Affairs Commission Kim Jong-un will meet tomorrow morning on April 27th, 9:30, who will begin their historic first meeting at the military demarcation line of Panmunjom.
The North Korean side will include a 9-member delegation, including Kim Jong-un's sisters Kim Yo-jong. Kim Jong-un will cross the military declaration line at 9:30 in the morning, and after the official welcoming ceremony, both countries' delegation will meet at the Peace House. If there is an agreement, it will be announced in the evening, but no time has been determined as yet.
This Inter-Korean Summit, above everything else, denuclearization and establishing permanent peace in the Korean Peninsula, this is the focus of this summit. North Korea's nuclear weapons and ICBM has advanced significantly. So at this point in time, reaching an agreement on denuclearization would be given the fact that in early 1990s and 2000, there were previous denuclearization agreements. However, this agreement, if it comes forth, will be quite different compared to these past agreements. That makes this summit that much more difficult. So when the special envoys visited North Korea, we confirmed their commitment to denuclearization. And so the two leaders, how much they can agree to this denuclearization and how they can actually turn this into an official document, that's a very difficult aspect. And even if there is an official agreement on denuclearization, whether there can be a consensus among the two leaders for complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, this cannot be decided by aides like us. So the substantial part, the key part of this summit meeting will be left for the two leaders who will be meeting tomorrow.
I'm joined by my colleague Ramesh Ramchandran, our senior correspondent from Seoul. Ramesh, good evening. So, few hours before the D-Day, Ramesh, the big day tomorrow?
Indeed, good evening, Karthikeya. It's a big day tomorrow, the third Inter-Korean Summit between Kim Jong-un of North Korea and Moon Jae-in of South Korea. Just before I come to the substantive part of the summit, Karthikeya, I was taken in by what Gaurav was saying in his earlier report about Prime Minister Modi's talks with Xi Jinping. And he was referring to Richard Nixon and Deng Xiaoping. Now, here there are strong parallels between Richard Nixon and Deng Xiaoping in the Korean issue as well. Now, many people are describing Donald Trump's forthcoming meeting with Kim Jong-un as similar to the Richard Nixon's meeting or travel to Beijing for talks with Mao Zedong in 1972. Also, from Kim Jong-un's perspective, many people are describing him as wanting to replicate or emulate Deng Xiaoping, who unleashed economic reforms in the 70s and 80s, and he wants to do just that in North Korea. So there are strong parallels between what is happening in China and happened in China and what is happening now on the Korean Peninsula. But that's it. Coming to the substantive part of the summit tomorrow, Karthikeya, denuclearization will be high on the agenda. South Korea wants North Korea to dismantle its nuclear weapons. North Korea may or may not expressly commit itself to doing that, but the expectation on the eve of the summit is that Kim Jong-un will come to some sort of an understanding on the issue or the way forward on the nuclear issue going forward.
But Ramesh, in terms of itinerary, can you take our viewers as to what we should expect tomorrow, what is going to happen, how the discussion is going to take place, why are they going to go back to the respective areas, to their own places for lunch but meet for dinner? Why is all that happening? Can you tell our viewers in back home?
Right, to take you through the agenda and the program, the itinerary of the Inter-Korean Summit tomorrow, Karthikeya, Kim Jong-un will become the first North Korean leader in history to physically, literally walk across the military demarcation line and enter South Korean territory for the first time in more than 6 decades. Now, he will do that at 9:30 a.m. local time, that's 6 a.m. India time, when he will cross the military demarcation line, enter the joint security area, which is administered by the UN, and then he'll walk past those blue huts to enter Panmunjom village, which is inside South Korea. The meeting will take place in Peace House in Panmunjom, which was the site of the signing of the 53 Armistice Agreement. And talking about the meeting itself, Karthike, there'll be an oval-shaped meeting table inside Peace House, where there'll be 14 chairs, 7 on each side, with 2 chairs earmarked for Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in, which will have the map of the Korean Peninsula etched on the back. Now, talking about the itinerary after the ceremonial guard of honor and the handshake, they'll be going in for delegation-level talks. And about lunchtime, they'll break for respective lunches, and North Korean delegation will return to the North Korean side of the border and then take rest and come back for the banquet. So that's the agenda tomorrow. An outcome declaration may be issued towards the end of the 3rd Korean summit tomorrow.
Thank you, Ramesh.